I just did a yoga nidra as I do every day, and it occurred to me that I don't really share this side of my yoga nidra, the side where it almost always starts with heart palpitations and an enormous amount of self talk about how I've been doing this for over a decade. I've been facilitating yoga nidras for others for over a decade. The practice myself, the daily yoga nidra, I only started spring 2024, no, spring 2023, when I requested an assessment for ADHD, and I realised that I needed to do everything in my power to support my own brain. I got a diagnosis of severe ADHD with combined presentation a few days ago, and up until then, there was a part of me still thinking that I was wasting mine and everyone else's time, and that I should just get on with things. Having this diagnosis, as well as the way I was trained and have continued to develop a very trauma informed approach, has just made me realise how I'm not alone. I don't think. You might think it's really strange, but I believe that what I'm sharing will resonate with some of you, because I think so many people think we can't meditate. I say we, even though I've meditated every morning since 2013. I'm just not fit for humans without that. Um, but sometimes it takes me 10 minutes, other times it takes me an hour because of, I guess, the way my brain is wired. All these things that I thought were normal and apparently are not. And my mind is being blown and I'm learning loads, and it's just astonishing. But I'm sharing this because I wanted to share that while I'm a huge proponent of Yoga Nidra, I've done videos on the benefits, including boosting dopamine, boosting mood, boosting concentration and focus, helping us reach our goals, lowering blood pressure, so many benefits. But I don't think I've ever expressed how challenging I find it at the beginning every single time I begin to practice one. And often I want to give up partway through. So I basically have a selection in my notes file. So sometimes I'll do one of my own. My own are voice only, and I have a range for different like kind of themes, different things that I want to focus on. I'm very familiar with those. I know they're trauma sensitive. I now know they're ADHD sensitive. I did not know that until recently. With the ones I listen to, I'm always more anxious, a little bit, worrying about what it's going to be like. I generally hate background music or noise, but they usually have it. Um, but I often really like the instructions, so I will persevere. But I have a like handful that I return to by other people because they're familiar enough, and I will expand on that. But I really wanted to share. Like sometimes I'll do my own in my own head, and I'll generally yeah, that's really easy to do, like on a train if I don't have headphones, or if I'm struggling to get back to sleep. But when I listen to one, when I'm really aiming to do it properly, I don't know if you have ever had palpitations or feeling intense anxiety while you're aware that you look relaxed. And today, again, realizing, and we're on the self talk, the throat chakra part of the Love Your Whole Self chakra journey over at evemc.substack.com. And it's really making me extra aware of my own self talk. And it's just, I can say now with compassion, really interesting. Whereas I've spent 48 years beating myself up for not doing it right. Everyone else looks so peaceful and serene. I've spent years teaching yoga. I know that everyone generally looks peaceful and serene, but everyone has their own inner world and thoughts and distractions and self talk that might be encouraging, or more often self talk that is discouraging. So I wanted to share how, even though I struggle every day to get back under the duvet, do my yoga nidra. I've been doing a longer one to really support my mind, really support my whole nervous system. And every day I want to run away from it. Every day I just think, I just can't. I've got to do. I've got a gazillion things going on. And then by the end of it, like today's was only 25 minutes. The ones I record are generally around 20 minutes or shorter, but a lot of the ones I've been listening to are more like 40 minutes because I'm really attempting to go longer and go deeper. But it astonishes me that every time I can go from pretty acute anxiety, and I think the learning to drive and being out on the road on my own, it has made my anxiety more intense at the moment, and I know how to work with that, and I am working with that, and working also with the ADHD, working ongoing trauma recovery. But I mean, I feel so much better than I've ever felt in my life at 48. This is, oh my God, if child me and teenage me and 20s me knew that life could be this gorgeous, it would have helped me so much. But it's still, I think, harder than for most people. And it's only as I learn more that I realise, oh my God, so what's normal for me, that really is not normal then. So I thought I'd share this, tangents included, in hopes that it encourages you. If you think you can't meditate, if you think you can't do yoga nidra, let yourself go with it. Welcome all the feelings. By the time I finish each yoga nidra, it's like being in the ocean or being in the pool after a certain amount, and it's like I feel human again. So in spite of that, I mean, you'd think that getting back under the duvet to do a yoga nidra was really indulgent and luxurious, whereas getting into the sea or getting into the pool, it takes more energy, more like effort. But in many ways, they're the same. Let me know how you're getting on. Let me know how you find yoga nidras and other guided relaxations. I remember even as a child at school doing like guided relaxations in drama class and things like that. I acted probably better then than in any role, pretending to be relaxed. I would be jumping out of my skin. During my yoga therapy training, I spent so much time jumping out of my own skin, but looking peaceful and serene because I didn't want to disturb anyone. Same with the crystal therapy training, all those years of meditation and not wanting to disturb other people while kind of ping pong, like pinball machine going on. And I think because I was forced to stay with it, I was getting other benefits from each training. I really, really, really know the benefits. I know them with every fibre of my being, which is why I'm saying in this much longer than expected video, please don't give up on yourself. Find something that works for you. Find something, it might be one of my yoga nidras, it might be one of someone else's, but find whatever works for you and commit to it and know that you're worth it, and let me know how you get on. So sending enormous love to you and your brain and your body and your heart and your soul, and wishing you a gorgeous day.